So, welcome everybody to today's presentation. We're going to make this a regular thing, so long as I'm in the country and functioning at this time of the day. We will do regular presentations at this time of the day, which is 7 p.m. Brisbane time. And I think it's about 11 o'clock for you guys in South Africa, maybe 10 o'clock UK, something along those lines. Yeah. So this will be a regular thing, and we will keep it going because it's just so good to have different presentation times available. And it's time I grew up and put on my big girl panties and actually did this thing. So why not? So Lifewave, how did I get into Lifewave? I met Mel. Obviously, I'm a life alignment practitioner, and there's a whole group of us that meet regularly, and we were doing regular meetings. And Mel didn't speak about Lifeway for quite a long time, and certainly not to us. So she'd been going for a good year before she plucked up the courage to tell us about it, as in her alternative community. And I think she was kicking herself because it's really boomed since she did. And I had been looking for something else. I'd had double mastectomy because of breast cancer. I'd had open heart surgery because I had a heart tumor, and this all happened within a 6 week period. And I discovered that I had osteoporosis. So I was actively looking for something that would strengthen my bones because the cure for the treatment, it's not a cure. The treatment that they offer for osteoporosis is plastic injections. It's kind of like a plastic polyfiller that they stick into you and it goes into your bones. Sounds very nice, except for one little problem. It actually weakens your jaw and then your teeth fall out. So that's not really something I was looking into wanting to do. And if you stop the injections, your bones are still empty. So it's not actually doing anything other than putting some polyfill into your bones. So this to me didn't sound like a good idea. So I was actively looking for a solution. I'd been doing the exercises and all sorts of other things to strengthen my bone, and I'd been able to keep it constant without getting any worse. Due to this whole chest reconstruction, as I like to think about it, I've got pig patches in there. So if I snort and like that, that's because of my pig patches. Don't worry about it. Okay. So, but due to that, I'd also had 5 months of zero income, and 5 months of no income when you're the single owner for your family is huge. Now, I was very blessed because I had a massive community that did a crowdfunding for me, but it really hit home. I needed a secondary income because although I do very, very well with my work, I'm a life alignment practitioner and I train and teach internationally. Um, and I'm in high demand, so my work pays me well. But if I'm not working, there's no income. And it's the kind of job where, it's minute by minute paid. So I need to show up in order to get paid. So the kind of holidays I did were working holidays and things like that. So there was all sorts of things like that that really prodded me into thinking, I really need to look at getting a secondary income. So on the one hand, I'm looking for a bone solution. On the other hand, I'm looking for a secondary income. And we're at this meeting and Mel says this word life wave and everything in me just goes, that. I didn't know what it was. I just sent a message and said, we need to talk about that. And so I got onto a call with her and I had this very strong guidance that said, you've got to do this. And I've learned to listen to that voice. It saved my life on many occasions. So when that voice speaks to me, I jump in with both feet. So she started talking about this. I signed up as gold because I just thought, well, it's going to be a success because I'm deciding it's a success. I'm not going to do this unless it is. I don't like multi-level marketing, but my guidance is so strong. So I'm just doing this. So I went in at the gold, which is now what we call the advanced package. And within 3 weeks, the $500 I'd spent, and before my patches even came, I had that money back in my bank account, which was like, okay, I can do this. This is fine. And all it's really involved is me just sharing my passion with people. So on a physical level, what has it done for me? Well, look at this hair. It's amazing. Wrinkles disappearing, my old granny hands disappearing. This is my natural skin at 57. It's pretty profound. Okay. The collagen in my skin, when you have granny hands and you hold your skin like this, the skin sticks up. And as you can see, mine just goes boing right back down like a trampoline. It's so much fun. I've had My blood pressure stabilized. My scars are
Yes, that's
absolutely amazing. Okay. You can't tell. Okay, you can see a patch there, but you can't tell that I've actually had open heart surgery, can you? All right. I'm not going to show you my breast scars. But they look great as well. So the scar healing has been profound. I used to have fibromyalgia, and that's all over body pain, pain in my feet, foot neuropathy. That was one of the first things that disappeared, is the pain in my feet just disappeared. And suddenly I could walk kilometers with no pain, which is just absolutely mind-blowing. So all of these things have been happening. And then I started importing X49. I have to import it to Australia because it doesn't come here naturally. Australia's a little bit old-fashioned about these things. And I'm very proud to point out this. Look at this muscle. That's X49 in action, darling. I can pick up a 20-kilogram sack of rocks. Now, for somebody who's had a double mastectomy and open heart surgery, not even 2 years ago, it was 2 years ago in 2 weeks that I had the open heart surgery. The breast surgery was in the following December and February. So for a long time, teacups was as much as I could cope. So getting to the point of picking up 20-kilogram sack of rocks, now that's like that, that's pulling full on. And I can lift that. I was that, my mum paints rocks. And so I just lifted this bag of rocks, put it on the counter up there, lifted it back, stuck it in my car, carried it through the house, and suddenly, like, I'm carrying rocks. Okay. For me, that's really exciting. And not to mention the impact it's having on my mother with her blood pressure, with her energy levels. She's 83, watching my clients' knees just, their big knee pain and everything just disappearing and the inflammation disappearing. It's been absolutely profound. Okay. So that's what got me into Lifewave. And when Amanda gets back, I might just pass to her, but she's struggling to join. Ah, you're back. Hello, Amanda. So I was just sharing what got me into Lifewave. Do you want to share a little bit, Amanda, why you got into Lifewave?
Ah, I'm back. Okay. So I heard about Lifewave I heard about somebody that I knew and trusted and respected, that she got involved with something like patches, and I thought that's a lot of nonsense. Was not interested for months. And I stalked her on Facebook, and I thought, even when I saw a video that a child did, I thought, you just told her what to do, what to say. So I was not interested. But then in March, I got COVID quite badly. And after 4 weeks, I was still sick in bed. I could not move. I could not even get in front of my computer. I'm working for myself. I have to earn my own income, and I couldn't do that because I was too sick. At that stage, I said to my husband, just come and walk with me. Let me just get out of the house a little bit. And within 150 meters, my chest was doing this. My heart was wanting to jump out of my chest. And so, somebody my sister sent me some patches, put the first patch on I almost immediately wanted to sleep. I fell asleep, and 2 hours later, when I got up, there was nothing wrong with me. I could not believe it. I didn't trust it, of course, but 2 days later, I went walking on the farm where we live, and it's very mountainous, and I could walk for 1.5 kilometers without a problem. And 4 days later, when I checked on my watch, I had walked 9,000 steps already. Well, since then, I've patched many people, and I've just seen so many one patch wonders. I've just been crying so much in the last 6 months because it's the most amazing thing, seeing somebody with amazing pain and problems and getting these life-changing results. So that's how I got involved. And I saw that I could not afford it because in South Africa, for us, it's expensive. But I saw the business opportunity. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. And today, my life is changing because of that. Arleen, I can't wait for you to tell us the rest as well, your business part later on.
I will share that with you. Nori, you have your hand raised. Did you want to mention something before we start into the presentation?
Uh, yes, I'd just like to say, Amanda, I was resonating with what you were saying there, and it fascinates me that we always talk about it being expensive in South Africa, but yet in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, we're number one.
Yeah.
So that is a remarkable conflict of interest in the sense of the statement of it's too expensive. So
It
I
is.
found that just by inviting people to get it at a discounted rate, or to be able to buy three X39s under a core and give one to each member of the family, and each one pays for themselves, and the person who invited them gets the business membership. There's so many different ways in which you can actually be versatile with this. And I went on a retreat 2 weeks ago, and I met a lady there who was doing a PhD in stem cells that had come from Michigan University in America, having spent 18 months there, but she's a lecturer at Wits University. And she joined my business, and she's busy signing up doctors and health professionals.
Yes.
So I'd love to know if anybody else in Lifewave has a PhD in stem cells in their organization, because I'm about to take flight for America on Sunday, and I'm doing a land trip through America to go and see the contacts of my downlines, meet them in person, and sign up my American counterparts. So Lifewave is rocking, and I can't wait to be on the convention, because the 18th October is my 65th birthday, and guess
Ah,
where I'm going to be?
that is so exciting. You'll
So
be a senior presidential
I'm having
director
lots
by the
of
time you
fun. I'm
get
having
back from America.
I hope so.
It's so
So thanks,
exciting.
guys. Thanks for your love. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your enthusiasm. Thanks for your prayers, because this is a highly spiritual business, and
It
it
is.
takes me to the greatest height and the depth of gratitude. And I get to cry tears of gratitude every day. I don't want to
Mm,
cry any other kind of tear ever again.
I'm
And I
with
can
you.
see that those tears of gratitude are there to be shared. So we just need to keep on doing that. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. So let me just let the last person in. Okay, good. Let's go into the presentation. So we always ask, have you been patched yet? So some of you have already been patched. Some of you have been patching for a while. Some of you are going to be patching. So just it's an exciting journey. It's one I'm really loving because it elevates, activates, and regenerates your cells. And I think it elevates, activates, and regenerates your life. It sure as hell does that for me. So we don't talk about this wonderful product without talking about David Schmidt, who is the inventor and the CEO of the company Lifewave. David Schmidt has over, I think it's about 180 patents now. He is a scientist and an inventor. He specializes in age reversing, not anti-aging, but age reversing, because these products actually help your body reverse an age. In 2008, David focused his attentions on stem cell research because that was becoming all the rage and the crave at the time. It took him 10 years and $4.5 million to bring this product to market. So this is not just some fly-by-night product. It is researched, it is tested, it is patented. And what does the patent say? So a patent, before I get into telling you what it says, a patent is an embodiment. Well, I mean, a patent is something you can only get when you've actually done the research and you've proven absolutely everything that the patent says it does. You can't just get a patent. And this patent says, our patent says this is an embodiment as a result of elevating copper peptides, including the activation of stem cells, improvement in energy, and an elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvement in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improvement in healing. So you can't actually make the statement unless you've actually been able to prove that everything that you've said is a fact. And we still have 16 years left on this patent, which means nobody else can actually sell this product. Nobody else can copy this product. It is ours to market for the next 16 years, which is very, very exciting. So why are we focusing on the X39 stem cell patch? There are a whole range of products, but we're particularly focusing on this one. As you age, you have fewer and fewer stem cells. Now, it's not that you don't have them, but they go to sleep, they go dormant. And if you know from aging, as you get older, it takes you longer to heal. You're just not able to produce and recover in the same way. That's because your stem cell production is decreased and you don't have as many stem cells active. What is a stem cell? A stem cell is the very basic stem cell from which we're made. So when that initial egg and sperm get together, sorry to remind you about that event because then you have to think about your parents, but when that originally happens, that first fusion of the egg and sperm produces the first cells, and the first cells that are produced are called stem cells. Stem cells are the very basic building blocks from which every other cell in your body is made. And as time goes by, those stem cells begin to differentiate into different organ cells and gland cells and spines and bones and things. So stem cell can go to an area of the body where it needs healing, where it needs repair, and it can regenerate there. It can create something else. So if you have a weak liver, the stem cell can go to the liver and make new liver cells, etc., etc. So this is why it's so amazing, okay? Because hundreds of millions of people are experiencing the symptoms of aging. So we have a very wide market. By the time you're 30 years old, only half your stem cells are active. By the time you're 60, you've lost almost all stem cell activity, and that's why we age and we struggle to heal. So how does the X39 patch work? It is a proprietary form of phototherapy. What is phototherapy? Phototherapy, light therapy. So it's working on light. It is a crystal grid in a little patch. So it's a grid made from water, amino acids, and copper peptides, and sugars and salts. Those kind of things get put into a particular crystal grid format. And what happens is your body's infrared light hits the patch. The patch is activated. The patch has a signal that is then sent back into the body and activates your cells to do whatever that signal says. So in the case of the X39, it activates the copper peptides, which go into the cells, and the cell then creates and wakes up your dormant stem cells. And then the body is brilliant. The body knows exactly where to send these cells. So the body will choose where those stem cells go to. So different people are going to have different experiences, and it's going to take different amount of time. David Schmidt suggests that you use the patches for a minimum of 3 months, but really he talks about you want to use them for, let's say you're 80 years old, 8 months. So for every 10 years of life, you want to do a month of patching minimum. Most of us, though, are probably never going to go off our patches because we love what it does to our bodies. So it's non-transdermal, it's reflecting the light, and it's a light reflection that's activating. There's nothing else other than that light signal that goes into your body. So there's no chemicals, there's no stimulants. It's totally non-invasive, which is why it's legal to use for sports and for Olympic athletes. It's a profoundly amazing product. The benefits of X39, as you've seen when I spoke earlier, it increases strength, it reduces inflammation, increases stamina. So many of us feel that we have the energy to go further than we've been able to go. It increases your energy, increases your vitality. Mental clarity is a big one. So many people report this mind being switched on again. Restored musculoskeletal conditions. This is the big reason why I've got into the patches. Improvement of sleep. And that's important because your body actually heals while you're sleeping. So the more better quality sleep you have, the deeper your healing is, the better your healing is. And improvement in skin and appearance. And that's always been the funniest thing for me because half my Australian network is because of this appearance of my skin and my face and my hair, which is very funny because I'm not exactly the beauty person out there. I have soap, I have water, I have a hairbrush and a toothbrush. That's my life. I don't have a hairdryer. I've never tried to make my skin look great, but now I have this amazing skin and hair, and people are buying patches because of my skin and my hair. It's so funny. So you achieve in an optimal state of health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. This slide is absolutely fantastic. This is one of many, many researches that they've done. It's a research project where they took a whole range of women, especially elder women, and they were doing different scans. This is a topographical map of the brain. It's a special type of scan. And this particular one is of a 77-year-old woman. In session 1, you can see all that red on the slide there. That is the inflammation. The red shows the inflammation, and it shows that there's a lack of brain coherence. She wasn't patching there. The second session, this is 3 weeks on X39. There's no more inflammation. There's improved brain coherence. You can see all the blue, and you can see the red has almost disappeared. 3 weeks later, another 3 weeks later, so this is a total of 6 weeks on X39, you have a complete turnaround, much better brain coherence. And that lasts. This is the amazing thing. I've seen incredible videos of people on Alzheimer's, of old age people, and they're getting their brain back. It's just fantastic. Not to mention what it can do with other brain conditions. Think about Alzheimer's, ADHD, it's endless. So yeah, absolutely profound experience. And I love that you have these kind of slides and these kind of tests that have been done because it's so visual. What are the long-term results of X39? Now you can find all of this on the website. This is itinfo.com. So you might want to take a snapshot of that. You'll find all the different results on case studies and results there from the different case studies. So after the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Now, why is that so important? People think about collagen just for skin, just for wrinkles, for things like that, for hair growth, for nail growth, but that's not the only place that you have collagen. Collagen is an incredibly important thing it's found throughout your whole body, through all your organs, through all your glands. So the importance of having that is so profound. Now, I just had a very interesting thing because a side effect of having had open heart surgery was strain caused on my diaphragm area, which meant a bit of a hiatal hernia forming, a lot of gastric acid reflux. So they wanted to do one of those gastroscopy scans from, they stick the camera down your throat. Thankfully, you're asleep. You don't even know it's happening. But they were expecting to find some kind of inflammation in my esophagus, at least, and in my stomach, because I'd had a bacterial infection as well post this whole surgery thing. The fascinating thing is, even though 2 years of gastric reflux and acidic sort of reflux, there's nothing. They cannot find anything using the scans. The skin inside my esophagus and my stomach is perfect, which is incredible when you think about it. So, that's another amazing impulse that shows you the collagen is working inside the body and outside the body. It blows my mind. The other thing, within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. For someone like me, that's really important to know. My heart's been literally cut open, so anything to do with heart, super important. But it's not just that. This is why it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing, because the actual age of your organ is reversing. And that's profound, absolutely profound. How do you wear X39? Comes in these cute little patches. You peel off the back and you can put it on all the different types of patches come with a little book. They actually show you the different locations, but these are the ones they've done by research. So just beneath the navel and at the back of the neck, you put the patch on for 12 hours on, and then you take it off for 12 hours. So you want to rest and rejuvenate the body between the use of the patches. You can wear more than one type of patch. So you can wear an X39 and an AON at the same time, for example, AON for inflammation. Or you can wear an X39 during the day and a sleep patch at night. So it's not that you can't wear more than one patch. You can, but each type of patch, most of the time, depending on the type, you're wearing it for 12 hours on, 12 hours off to rest the body from that particular patch. What do you do with the patch when you're finished with it? There's still a few hours of usage left in the patch. So if you have a partner that you like, you can patch your partner and they can use your residue patch. Animals absolutely love it. So you can put it on your dogs and your cats, your children. And I use it on my pot plants. And it actually helps with their growth because it activates the stem cells on anything that's living. Once you've worn them and you've finished using them, you just pop them in the bin and drink them, pop on the next patch. Drink lots of water, add electrolytes, because your body is going to be healing. It is going to be going through that whole detox. So you want to keep it flushed and you want to keep your electrolytes up. So the X39 is very sophisticated, very simple to explain. The testimonies are absolutely life-changing, and it absolutely works. So let's pause at this point and go into some testimonies. And then just before we go back to Amanda, I will tell you about my business success story that she wants to hear so much. So who would like to share a little bit about what X39 or the patches have done for them? Yes, Steph.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I've got to run off after this. I'm actually got a meeting to see our chemist today for the second time.
Yes.
So,
Great.
yeah, we're getting there. I want to take you guys back about 10 years ago. I went to see the doctor because I had problems walking. My knees were giving me hassles. So the doctor said, Steph, please lose 10 kilos. You're around, you're overweight. You carry a lot of extra weight on your knees. And being typical male, I did not listen to him. I picked up 15 kilos. I still managed to walk, but with more difficulty. And as it carried on, we live in a beautiful place called Sedgefield, which is by the seaside. And I found I couldn't walk on the beach anymore. It was becoming too painful. So I tried a couple of things, tried to lose some weight, tried to get this right, but it didn't work. I started going to the gym about 3 years ago. Cannot walk on a treadmill, can only do bicycle. The pain in my knees became so bad that my legs were killing me. I was basically couch-bound. I didn't want to walk if I didn't absolutely had to. I would die for a cup of coffee, but I would wait half an hour before I would get up off the couch because moving my legs was just excruciating. And that is simple. Quality of life gone. No more fishing for me off the rocks, no more fishing for me off the beach, no more walks with my wife on the beach. The kids got used to me sitting on the couch. That's very simple and easy. 2 months ago, Mrs. Amanda is sitting there in the middle of my screen, rocked up at her house, sat on my couch, explained to us about Lifewave and patches and all this stuff. And because I don't want to go into that history that I have, we understand the body a little bit better than most normal people do and how it works. I said, that's fine, let's try this. So we ordered our X39, we ordered Aeon, and we ordered Icewave. 4 days later, my patches arrived. Now, by that time, I already looked at the videos and how to figure out how to patch, and I patched my knee. First thing I did. And 10 minutes later, I had no more pain in my leg, left leg. Half an hour later, no more pain in my right leg. So this was quite amazing. I did realize that I've got mechanical issues in my knees, so when I walk, I get pain coming through in my knees, but my legs were fine. Been wearing X39 on a daily basis. I've been wearing Aeon on a daily basis. Now I've actually moved it to my hand here. Like you, I had open heart surgery 9 years ago, the quadruple bypass. And the doctor said, my body went into shock and attacked my nervous system, so these 2 fingers are useless. Got permanent pain down here. It feels funny in my hand here. And after 3 days of wearing the patch there, the patch is more irritating than my hand used to be. So that is getting somewhere, and I've got more grip in my hands than I've ever had before. The best news is we went to a trip to Cape Town, and I'm just fast forwarding 10 years on, 2 months after I started patching. We went to a trip to Cape Town. Instead of waking my grandson up to carry the bags down to the car, I packed the car myself, carried all the bags to the car, down the steps, packed the car, drove to Cape Town, got to my daughter's place, up 2 flights of stairs. She helped me carry the bags, got there, and she was blown away. And then we said we need something to eat tonight, and we decided there's a Chinese restaurant around the block from them. I said, don't worry, I'll go and get the Chinese. And, you know, my daughter's 27 years old, her eyes were like this. I walked down the stairs, around the block, got the Chinese, came back, went upstairs. It has absolutely changed my life, the quality of my life completely, my life. You know, I hear amazing stories of quadriplegic people and this and that. My life has changed. What is important to me, what is important to my wife, what is important to my kids, that is what has changed. I am forever grateful I'm sharing this with everybody. Sorry, I can't wait. I'm telling everybody about
That's
it. Okay,
so
that's
wonderful.
me. Happiness and joy. Guys, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. I have to run, unfortunately.
Have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for sharing that story. That's absolutely inspiring. Thank you. Yeah.
And you guys, you see, every time I speak to the brand partners, you hear a new story, and hearing about his hand, that's why I keep on crying, because
Yeah.
it's life-changing. It touches your heart so much.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Did anybody else want to share? Just raise your hand or wave.
Trish, don't you want to tell us? Trish, number 1. Trish, we can't hear you.
I don't know if her mic is working. No sound. No.
No.
Okay. We'll have to do hand signal. Caroline, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I'm happy to share. I came into Lifewave 6, 7 months ago now. And it took me a little while to get convinced that, as everyone else, as this little patch was going to be, first of all, efficient to do anything. But more than anything, I was really concerned that I was putting something into my body that I didn't kind of understand. And it took me a little while to really, and a lot of checking with friends, and everyone was holding the patch and saying, well, how do you feel? And how does it feel to you? And finally, doing all the research, I realized that I'm actually just activating my own immune system. I'm just making my body stronger. And I really like that. I'm a homeopath and a herbalist. And for me, it's all about energy, frequency, and just trying to help yourself, your own body to kind of achieve maximum effect from just very gentle treatments. So I was in, and the big thing I was hoping for at the time was to get my knee up and running again. I've had a very stiff knee for a long time since I danced a bit too vigorously at my niece's wedding 7 years ago. Obviously, I must have some arthritis, because otherwise it would have sorted itself out in 7 years, but it just didn't. And so when I started patching, I was kind of very excited, but also kind of thinking, let's see how it goes. So 2 weeks in, felt nothing, and thought, oh, I'm obviously not a one patch wonder, which would have been fun. But I suddenly realized I was sleeping so much better. And that's when it dawned on me that there was a couple of reasons why I was sleeping better. First of all, I now realized that the patch made me sleep like a log. And you wake up refreshed, and you've got that kind of step in your that little kind of bounce in your step that you don't normally have, or I certainly didn't. And then I realized that I was also not waking up sore at night. And I think when you have had pain for many, many years, low-lying pain or high pain or whatever, you don't really think about it anymore. You just learn to live with it. But when it's suddenly not there, you think, I'm floating. I'm kind of floating up and down the stairs. I'm in bed, turning my neck, not feeling sore. And that's when I realized something was happening. So fast forward 4 months down the line, my knee is now bending. I'm squatting. I'm sitting on the floor, getting up without using my hands, with my knees in front, my legs crossed in front of me. And at 66, that's pretty cool, I think. I'm also wearing my old rings again. My fingers have just got back to the size they were, and haven't been for years. Yeah, I'm loving it. So lots of other amazing stories on my patches, all the people I'm patching, but that's me for now anyway. Thank you.
Thank you. That's incredible, Amanda.
A few of you may know that my mom has got Alzheimer's, and we've been patching her for a few months now. And we started with the X39, and then we played around a bit. At the moment, we're doing X39 one night, and because we're doing it at night, because otherwise things go a little bit different with her. But anyway, X39 and the carnosine, which works with your brain and your heart health. Anyway, and so some things have been happening lately, but one of the things that I just realized now again, my mom cannot really walk anymore. But I think it's not maybe a body thing, it's more a mind thing. Because once I tried to pick her up, you know how you lift them up on the pants, with the pants basically, and hold them and then move them from one chair to the other chair. And something wasn't working. When I looked down, her legs were twisted like this. She didn't know anymore that she had to move her one leg, to move around. So this is the way that they move her around, by lifting her up on her pants, basically taking her from the chair to the wheelchair. And so that's how it's going. And during the week, apparently, they were all eating at the place where she lives and sitting at the table. And when they looked up, she had walked right around the table. So we just stand amazed at what's happening. And I know she's got Alzheimer's, and I know it goes up and down. But yeah, I'll probably be seeing her in about 2 weeks' time. And I'm excited to see for myself the differences that I can see. As I said, no, it's not going to change her life. It's not, she does have Alzheimer's, but getting her some quality of life and being about, for us to having times that we can speak to her, it's just a privilege. I'm grateful for that.
Oh, that's an incredibly beautiful story, and thank you for sharing that. And this is the health benefits and the life-changing aspect is one huge side of what this business is all about. But we're going to go into the other side of it, and before we do, I'm going to tell you the impact that the financial side has had and running this as a business has had for me. Now, remember, I had this idea I needed the secondary income because I am the single earner and there's a lot to take care of. When I started, I was thinking, okay, well, it would be nice to have an extra $100 a week. That would be nice. Well, I started in December, right, end of November, beginning of December last year. By February, I got this note in the mail saying they were going to put my rent up again. In Australia, we pay every week, and the rents here are quite expensive. And they were going to put my rent up to $600 a week. And I'm like, oh, God, do I have to move and what else? And then I stopped and went, hang on a minute. I opened my Lifewave back office and I just started to laugh. And I went, yep, actually, Lifewave, I'm earning enough every week to actually pay that rent just with Lifewave. So suddenly I didn't care. It was this most liberating moment of, but I'm earning $600 a week from Lifewave, the equivalent of in Australian dollars back then. So that was just mind-blowing. So since February, Lifewave has actually paid my rent every week without, what else. Then I've been driving a 20-year-old car. And my car is beginning to cost an awful lot every time I need to take it in for repairs. And in Australia, you have to actually make sure that it's up and running every year, and you've got to do your rego every year. And I needed to, with my work that I'm doing, I also do consultation for properties and land, and I'd been balancing the energy of 3 avocado pear farms, and they wanted me to go there and help them put the different things in the different areas. There's vortex cards we place in different fields and things, and considering the size of these farms, that would have been very difficult to sit there on a phone and pinpoint them and mark the guy, walk past that tree over there kind of thing, very hard to do. So I needed to go to these farms. That's 2.5 hours away. And this is Australian outback kind of thing. I need a decent car to do that. And I suddenly realized there's no ways I can actually go and do this appointment because my car is not that reliable anymore. Then I thought, oh, well, I'll hire a car. But I live in the Gold Coast. It is the holiday spot in the whole of Australia. Like, it's the place. And I'd forgotten that it was school holidays. So no car hires. Then I thought, okay, fine. I'll just get my car in for a service. But they could only do it the following week. And then I had a big fat hissy fit and I had a temper tantrum. And then I went online and I thought, I wonder. So I had a look at some car adverts, and then I had a look at some car financing. And then that's arriving in my driveway at the end of the week. Because now my savings from Lifewave has paid the deposit on this car, and the weekly fee to buy this car. Not only is Lifewave actually paying my rent, it's now going to pay for that car. Okay. So It is hugely life-changing. People get afraid of multi-level marketing and money. Please don't, because if you were doing any other job, you'd get paid as well. What's the difference? Okay. The company can pay marketers or they can pay you. They can pay shops and distributors or they can pay you. This is one way where we actually have the opportunity as the people on the bottom to be able to pay our rent and buy a new car that is reliable. So on that note, I'm going to bring you in because you love this part. So I did mention that this is at info.com website. So this is where you're going to find all the research and all the amazing videos about the products, including videos about doctors talking about it. It's a fantastic site. Okay, over to you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So when I heard about Lifewave, I was the most skeptical person. When I heard energy and light, I was like, this is over my head. I don't want to have anything to do with anything funny like that. And, we were talking about not having money. It's expensive, but we tend to have a poor man's mentality. And all you can think of when you get into a certain point is what I cannot afford. And you don't see what can happen if you can open your mind. What if I can earn more? We often say it's not expensive, it's just that you cannot afford it. If you earned more, it would be easy to afford it. But anyway, so I'm the perfect person actually to speak to somebody who are negative, people who don't have money, because I know exactly how it feels and I know what I thought. Anyway, so for a long time, I was looking for ways that I could earn more, but I wasn't looking for a different company. I was definitely not looking for an extra income opportunity. Anyway, so I heard about this, and my first thought was, I've never heard about anything like this. I wonder if it's a fly-by-night kind of thing, and so on. And then I started looking into it. Well, this company is already 20 years old. It's in more than 75 countries. And what's amazing is for the first 20 years or 16 years, there were other patches. As Arleen was saying, patches for hormones and for pain and inflammation, lots of patches like that. But in 2020, the X39 patches, the stem cell patches came onto the market. And since then, things have just exploded. So you can see there on the slide, it says went from a $20 million company in 2021 to 320 million in 2022, 430 million in 2023. And now it's moving to reach 600 million in 2024. So this company has grown incredibly because of X39. The big thing is it's not a Me Too product like most other companies, because you can have the best weight loss skincare supplements company in the world. But if the economy starts getting difficult, people go for cheaper options. It might not be the best product, but it's cheaper. And in the end, they go to the China shop around the corner because that's the cheapest. And if you are in that company with the best products, unfortunately, you have a problem. But in this case, we still have 16 years of this patent that we are the only people that can sell this. So this is just amazing. As I said, I was very negative until my eyes opened and I realized what can happen. When I heard about the lady when I heard about this, she was after 4 months earning double from what I was earning after 8 years in my company. And I just thought I would be really stupid not to look into this opportunity. Okay, so Lifewave is now ranked as the #1 momentum company in the world. And this is per businessforhome.org. And you can just see how the revenue has grown, the payouts. Lifewave is just running. Lifewave is just the #1 in the world. Everybody looks at Lifewave and says, this is what we want as well. Next slide, please. All right, so you are here today for a reason. What is the most important thing in your life? What are you looking for? More time with your family, freedom of time, freedom of choice. To me is an amazing place to be, that you can choose who you want to do business with, where you want to go, what you want to spend your time on. It's just amazing having that freedom. Security, traveling the world, want better health, less debt. You are here for a reason. So let's see how Lifewave can help you. So the compensation plan is very easy. There's just two legs, a left leg and a right leg. And sometimes it feels like it's too easy. So especially if you come from another network company, it's difficult in the beginning to understand how easy it can be. But there are different ways that you can earn an income with Lifewave. The first way is the old-fashioned, sell and buy and sell your retail, but it's very easy with Lifewave. You get your own, everybody gets their own website. You give your website to the person who wants the products if they want to buy it retail, and they type in your website name. You don't have to carry stock. The company will send it to them. The company will take the money from them. You just get a ting and you get your money in your back office. So that's great. The second way is by helping other people come into the team as well, giving them this opportunity, and you will get paid when they come into your team, but not just by bringing them into the team, but by them using the products as well. Okay, having the patches. The third way is this binary system that we talk about. Binary means two. So it just means that you've got a left leg and a right leg. So all you have to do is you stay active, which means you're going to buy a product. So anybody, if you've got a business, obviously you need products, right? You can't have a shop without anything in the shop. So you're going to use your own products. You're going to get people in the team as well, your left leg and your right leg. And if you've got two people on the left, two people on the right that's active, you open up the whole commission plan. And there's almost no restrictions. You can start earning an income. And you know what? Leveraging your time, how important it is with this multi-level network marketing opportunity. If you've got a shop or you're a hairdresser or whatever, if you don't work, Arleen, you're a perfect example. If you're sick and you can't work, you can't earn an income. When I was lying in bed and I couldn't work, you've got a problem. You can get past it for a month, maybe, but after that you have problems. But with this, and this is why I'm so excited about this, if you build a strong foundation and you help a lot of people to earn an income and to feel better, have greater health, guys, this whole business works automatically, and you start earning. Everybody starts earning and everybody starts helping each other, and you build a business that works even though you aren't working, even if you are sick or if you can't work or if you're older. There's no restriction to your age. You can be 75 and you can start this business, where other people maybe have to say, at the end of my life, I've got no pension, I've got nothing. With Lifewave, you can, because I'm living on a farm. I sit on a farm and I work from here. I don't even have to drive and go somewhere. So, okay, you can see I get a little bit excited. Okay, next screen. So that is not all. There's also a fourth option where you get matching bonuses. So where this comes in is when you start helping more people to reach their dreams. If you, let's say, I'm just looking at Bonnie, she's a picture's here right in front of me. Let's say I brought Bonnie in, she's my first line. And I help Bonnie to become successful in her business. And she starts earning commissions. As soon as she earns what we call a cycle bonus, as soon as she earns a cycle bonus, I will get 25% on every cycle bonus that she earns. But I don't take her money. The company pays me extra from that. And that's why it's so wonderful to help Bonnie. And I'm going to help Bonnie to help the people in her team and the people under her, because everybody wins. Because whatever Bonnie does helps me, whatever I do helps Bonnie. And this is just amazing how this company works. Everybody helps everybody and everybody wins. Next page, please. Okay, so how do you start? Let's say you're here for the first time, you've got no idea where to start. The best place to start is what you can afford. Going back to my own story, I could just afford to start on the smallest batch. I didn't have money for the big packages, but just start. If you start, you can start earning an income. You can put that patch on your body and you can get a result and get excited and tell more people. So these are the options that we've got now to start with. We've got the core, the advanced, and the premium option. The core option, as David Schmidt says, at least 3 months to give these products the best chance to work. So the core option is great because I'm always looking for bargains. So on the core option, you don't even pay a sign-up fee. So you get your 3 sleeves of X39 for a little bit cheaper as the normal $100. So it's for $295 for 3 sleeves of X39. I checked it. Your cheapest option is the advanced option, where you can actually, in South African money, if you go on the advanced option, you pay under 2,000 Rand per sleeve. Guys, this is really getting to be a good option. And then premium, if you decide you're in a business, you want to really run with this, the premium option is a good option to start. So very important to stay active, which means you're on a monthly subscription. And as long as you're on the monthly subscriptions, like having a shop, you stay active, you always have product, and this will help you to open up all the income opportunities. Make sure you don't lose out on anything. Next one, please. Okay, so what's great is you're going to have everything you need to make a success of this business opportunity. Remember, it doesn't have to be a huge, big thing business opportunity. It could be that you only want to earn enough income to buy your own products for free. Doesn't matter where you want to go. Your sponsor will help you. Now, on thisisit.info.com, we'll give you lots and lots and lots of information about the products, about the company, doctors, research, things like that. And then on thisisit.team.com website is where it will teach you how to do the business. But you're never alone. Your sponsor, your uplines will be there to help you. You'll get everything you need to make a success of this business. Next screen, please. Okay, so now is the time to make your move. The question is, are you serious about your dream? Why did you attend today? What did you see? What did you hear that made you think this can give me hope for my future? So now is the time to get started. X39 is the answer. Put that on your back and start getting results and start telling people, because you heard Arleen's story, you heard my story. I'm so excited. I've got that insomnia because I'm excited to see how my life is changing and the hope that I've got that my life is going to be different, and that I can't wait for the next car, Arleen. But really, this is having a life of hope, and this is the place to go. Next screen, please. Okay, so we are in a team called This Is It Team, and this is just a picture of one of the Belief Convention. And so this is not just a small Mickey Mouse company, this is a huge company, and they give us all we need to be able to make a success. Right,
Thank you
and
so much.
this is us. So I think Arleen's going to stop the recording.